one of three teams still looking, and Carly Samuelson. For Connecticut, Marina Bus, we're going to have to come at her as a team. Gets it to Lindsay Allen, and Allen will set things up for Connecticut.
Lindsay Allen, a familiar face to these Lynx fans, as she spent a year here with the Lynx. It was a nice job of moving the ball for this Connecticut team.
Mabry gets up a tough shot in traffic. Now here come the Lynx. Courtney Williams with the ball, and Mabry forces her to dribble.
Gonna have to lower that number.
It is one of the focuses for the Lynx in this game here tonight. And here's your first look at Rivers. And Mabry again finds room in the paint. The kick out, Nelson Ododa. Nice move to the basket. Olivia
Nelson Ododa.
Williams from three, well short. Allen has the rebound. And Lindsay Allen is coming up the court with it. Mabry. Over to Charles. Charles had it poked away. Elena Smith coming away with the loose basketball. Minnesota forcing the turnover against Connecticut. Carlton. Here's Smith, who has shot more from three by far than anywhere else so far this season. Gets free for the left-handed hook shot that won't drop in.
Nice job by Mabry staying with that play, but turnovers haven't quite.
Gets it to Fee. Nafisa Collier probing. Baseline shot, no good.
Connecticut playing straight up man-to-man defense against Minnesota. Doesn't look like they're double teaming yet on Nafisa Collier.
That may change if Fee starts to get hot. Nelson Ododa working against Alanis on her. Charles, the double team up and over at the front of the rim. Williams now in the open court.
Yeah, but Lynx showing respect to Tina Charles, knowing that they have to double team her, especially down low on the box.
Carly Samuelson took some contact. Williams finds Collier. Collier finds the paint and the shot, and that one won't go either. Nafisa Collier has had two nice moves, but two really tough shots. Charles. Rhea Hartley at the basket, just nothing falling early. Hartley goes down, Smith drives the lane. Alana Smith makes the basket. She had shot 14 of her 19 attempts from three going into this game. And Cheryl Reeves said she's got the green light, but so far Smith's first two shots of this game have been at the rim. Mabry, quick trigger on the three from the baseline. Marina Mabry drops it through.
The last time Lynx fans saw her, it was during the playoffs last season, and she had some big games against Minnesota in that battle. But Minnesota ended up winning.
First 2 minutes of this game. Charles had that one blocked by Shepard. Jessica Shepard in the game for about 10 seconds, and she gets a block already.
Yeah, both Fee and Shepard really jumped down right on Tina Charles.
But Williams followed her own miss. Collier, top of the key, three ball.
And Connecticut has to take advantage. Well, Nafisa Collier is trying to warm up and find her shot. Connecticut has to find their offense here and take advantage of the slow scoring.
Charles all alone at the free throw line, and Tina Charles, NBA. Shepard, nice positioning and a good finish for Jessica Shepard, who has been so impressive this season.
She's been solid here this season for the Lynx. She's come in physically strong after being away a year in Greece. She is ready to go on both ends of the floor.
The roll drops in for Sanaya Rivers, the 8th pick in this summer's draft out of NC State. A rookie who looks like she belongs in this league. Williams off the dribble. Minnesota having a tough time. 2 of 9 to start the game. Connecticut 4 of 8. Hartley probing the lane to Mabry. Well beyond the three-point line, Mabry finds Olivia Nelson Ododa. And Nelson goes strong performer. Well, you know who is still the all-time leader in offensive rebounds in the history of the WNBA?
Who is it?
Rebecca Brunson.
She's in the building as well.
Three ball off the mark for Bridget Carlton. She might have been Tina Charles' kryptonite. She was a lot of players' kryptonite. Diamond Miller checks in for Minnesota. Hands it off to Nafisa Collier, who gets her first basket of the game after starting 0 for 3. Courtney Williams also started 0 for 3, and Natisha Heidemann is in place of her running the point. J.C. Sheldon with the basketball in for Connecticut. Here's Mabry. Mabry off the screen. Pulls up, gets her own shots, and Jessica Shepard has the rebound. Shepard's been in double-digit rebounds each of the last 2 games. What a find for Diamond Miller. Shepard head up, found Miller, who hit the reverse layup.
And I love it when a bench player comes right in, makes an immediate impact.
First 2 games of the season, so some team bonding perhaps for a young team with a lot of different players.
It's really crazy to think of how different this team is from the last time we saw them, losing really all 5 of their starters.
Anissa Morrow with the miss, getting her first WNBA minutes, and Shepard gets free for another basket. 4 points in 3 minutes.
It's the footwork right now at Jessica Shepard that is just so elite. She's handling the ball, and just her skills at this level is fun to watch.
Lynx are on a 6-0 run since Cheryl Reeve called that early timeout. Mabry almost came down with the basketball. Sheldon gets his shot off, but it's short.
Good defensive effort there by Jessica Shepard, really making people stop and think about the shots they take.
And here's Shepard with the basketball. And I think that foul is in Mabry and specifically Tina Charles, but
Absolutely.
Then several young players and a couple of rookies on the court already here tonight. One in the starting lineup. Here's Miller, Diamond Miller. A little wild on the shot. Shepard is there. Offensive board, Jessica Shepard. And Shepard is fouled. It played 10 at Dallas. Started out the season with 8 boards on a good stretch. Let's take a look at the upcoming fun WNBA season with a lot of storylines that are still just in their infancy.
Yeah, lots of changes, lots of new coaches everywhere, and then there's the Minnesota Lynx, you know, have all 5 players returning. Cheryl Reeve back once again. It's very consistent here in Minnesota.
The Lynx have tied the game up, 11-all here at Target Center. Sheldon started the last 2 games for Connecticut, coming off the bench here tonight. That 3 ball is off the mark. Charles, offensive board, add another one to her list, and a beautiful dish. What a find by Charles to Haley Peters.
Well, the Lynx overcommitted there on Tina Charles, had 3 players on her, and
as you do.
Yes, and the savvy vet found a way out of it.
Foul coming against Peter in her 14th season. If you're Tina Charles, you should be able to pretty much dictate if you feel like you need to be in a certain team with a certain situation and these amenities and these all-stars. And here she is in Connecticut, just relishing the opportunity to influence these young players. What a really professional, impressive veteran. JC Sheldon coming off the screen, kicks it out. This is Hartley, the 3 ball. Bria Hartley connects on the 3, and Connecticut has hit 2 of 5 from deep. Minnesota's yet to hit a 3. Alyssa Peely might be the one to do it. Has the basketball handed off to Diamond Miller, and now Heidemann. And Tisha Heidemann has really been good. Heidemann at the free throw line. Well, we've seen this before, Leah. Wrong player shooting a free throw. This happened on Wednesday night. Nafisa Collier went to the free throw line thinking she would be shooting a transition take foul. It was Heidemann who should have been there, and Dallas objected, but only after the free throw was shot. Now Carly Samuelson will come up. Well, Carly Samuelson is in a situation.
Absolutely.
Either way, kicks Natisha Heidemann off the free throw line. You did see momentarily Kayla McBride on the bench for Minnesota, and that is a wonderful sight to see. She's been out for personal reasons, but tonight we're seeing her for the first time at Target Center.
Yeah, really put a smile on my face to see her walk into the building tonight.
Charles, elbow jumper, bounces around. Healy has the defensive rebound. Here's Heidemann. Picks up the dribble, Miller. Going against a second-year player in Sheldon. Now Peely, also a second-year player, blocking foul.
Free throw line.
Let's check in with Allie.
Hey, ladies, some adversity to face for the Sun the rest of the game. Lindsay Allen is out and will not return to the game with a left leg injury.
Left leg injury for Allen, who started at the point guard position but only played 2 minutes. Bria Hartley came in really quickly. I didn't see what happened to Allen, but Rashid Mezian will be without his starting point guard and his floor general, as he called it.
You
her
sure
before
did.
the game. You asked him about Lindsay Allen. We won't see her the rest of the night.
And she does such a great job of dispersing the ball, 4.5 assists per game. So Connecticut will have to figure out another way to move the ball and get their offense rolling.
Well, that'll help. That'll get things going. Sanaya Rivers, three-pointer, gives Connecticut 3 in this game tonight.
How about Sanaya Rivers out of NC State, just kind of stepping into a big role right now for Connecticut, and this is an opportunity league, and she's getting a big opportunity.
And only playing in her second WNBA game. She did not play in the opener after the unexpected.
No. And Natisha Heidemann comes in and usually does play at this time in the game anyways.
And we've seen a lot of the two of them together so far this season. 19-15, Connecticut leads Minnesota. Heidemann's three ball, too strong. Rebound goes to Peters. Rivers, now back to Peters. Three ball for Haley Peters. Undrafted in 2014, last played in the WNBA in 2019, and has found her way onto this roster. Second quarter.
Connecticut continuing to do a good job. Oh, there Nafisa Collier gets through the defense of Connecticut, but offensively they're shooting 47.4% and really doing a nice job of moving the ball side to side, as Mabry said in her interview with Allie.
And there's a cutting Rivers and a friendly roll. Sanaya Rivers just found enough space to get that shot up and in. And look at this, 24-17. Connecticut
Rivers
on top.
The rookie looks like she belongs in this league.
And there's Collier with her first three-pointer of the night. Minnesota's first made three in 6 attempts. Meanwhile, Connecticut is 4 of 7 from deep, really shooting it well. On Tuesday in that loss to Las Vegas, the Sun only made 3 three-pointers the entire game. And they already have 4 here tonight. Peters inside the three-point line, but Haley Peters has drained another one. She's 3 of 3 with 7 points.
And I'll tell you what's dangerous is anytime a team comes in and they haven't won a game yet.
Carlton, boy, did she need that. Bridget Carlton had been 2 of 11 from 3 coming into this game. She's just been doing a lot of things right for the Lynx.
Absolutely.
But they do need her three-point shooting. That pass from Peters was intercepted. Minnesota forcing the turnover. Feed the trailing player, and a pass plentiful. I mean, she will pull something out that we've never really seen. Williams together in the backcourt. There's Courtney Williams shorts on the jump shot. Williams 0 for 4 to start this game, and another missed opportunity for Minnesota off Connecticut turnovers. No points for the Lynx off of 5 Connecticut turnovers.
Look at the way Sanaya Rivers is controlling the team, really kind of negotiating and moving things around like a floor general.
In her second WNBA game. Collier loses the handle and then commits the foul at the line. Mabry was a 68% shooter last season. In the Lynx 3-0, and Mabry feeling something. Top of the key, 2 feet behind the line, drops it in.
Marina Mabry had really been struggling from the three-point line, shooting 15% before she arrived here at Target Center.
Yeah, 8 for 32 coming in from the field, and overall, and from 3, 2 of 13. Collier. Collier getting around the defense. No call, a lot of contact. Fee on the ground, gets up. Williams intercepts the pass. She's got Collier, finds her, and there's a connection. Williams to Collier.
And that's what good defense can do for you. Just get you easy buckets down low.
Hartley coming in, and that's going to be a foul against Bria Hartley at the free throw line. Hartley's also an interesting story with having not played in the WNBA since 2020, but Players sometimes find their way back, and it's just incredible to see who surfaces sometimes, goes through a training camp and makes a roster.
It's incredible, but you know, she brings that veteran presence. She's a smart decision maker, and she's good in pick and roll. There's a lot that she brings to this team, so it's fun to see her back on the floor again. Thrilled with their defense thus far in this game, holding Minnesota to 39% from the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And their offense, frankly, I mean, shooting 52.
Absolutely, and they're hunting for that first win of the season. And
it's a hungry team. It's a lot of young players and veterans who know the value of winning, and there's one of those moves from Collier, but not the finish. Mabry with Williams trying to slow her down. Marina Mabry keeps the dribble and too much. Well, they don't like any fouls against their team, of course.
This is true.
3-ball for Mabry. That is the 6th of the first half for Connecticut in 10 attempts. And now a 9-point lead by the Sun, the biggest of the game. Heidemann, though, cuts that by 2.
Letitia Heidemann, another player having a good start to the season, just really stepping in and being able to attack the basket and find her spaces in games. Just feels like she's playing real easy basketball.
Hartley gets Heidemann on her back, and then Hartley goes the rest of the way. Collier with the block, and it's off Hartley. How about Napheesa Collier, Defensive Player of the Year, showing you exactly why.
Yeah, that's good-looking basketball right there, and Fee knows it.
Williams and Heidemann. Jessica Shepard made a splash in her first stint in this game, her first run. Carlton off the front of the rim with that three-pointer. So Sheldon will bring it over. Connecticut has 12 assists on 13 made shots. 7 different players have an assist for the Sun. And there's another one. Marina Mabry will get the assist on the three-pointer from Haley 3 in this half.
And that's exactly what Connecticut talked about before the game, is wanting to be able to move the ball much better offensively. You're seeing it here tonight.
Demonstrativeness, but the fact that she just threw the ball out of bounds because that's how much she believes she needed to make the point. She just forced a turnover when her team is down by 10, and her team has been turning it over, and it's an issue. And that, I mean, it was just a little bit shocking to see Napheesa react like that, but that tells you how strongly she feels about the no calls.
Agreed, 100%.
Peters, that time rolls off. Nelson Adota, offensive rebound. That one's blocked. Nelson Adota. Mabry, the lob. Olivia Nelson Adota right off the glass. That was a beautiful high-low play for Connecticut.
And the reason she gets that ball as Nelson Adota is because of her movement. She is moving so well without the ball, really actively calling for the ball.
Courtney Williams, the sling pass. Heidemann, one more pass. Collier from the wing, 3.
Misstep there by the Connecticut Sun, leaving Napheesa Collier wide open on the three-point line.
Collier has 11 points in the second quarter. She had 2 in the first. Hartley slings it to Peters. And Mabry is fouled on her drive. Not a super efficient night. 4 team fouls on the Lynx after that one, and Samuelson's trying to not pick up number 5. Boy, it's getting physical out there. J.C. Sheldon connects on three-pointer number 8 of the half for the Sun.
That's a big-time shout right there for J.C. Sheldon. It really got her team pumped up. The Connecticut bench was into that one.
43-31, a 12-point lead is the largest of the night so far for Connecticut. Shepard, spin move!
That was a move with purpose. Jessica Shepard was wanting to get the ball, and that was just a beautiful spin move, created space.
Mabry to Nelson Adota, and again, Olivia Nelson Adota went clean off the glass.
And it's her patience offensively, just waiting for the defense to pass by. Just great finish at the rim.
Samuelson, fouled by Mabry, put in for Minnesota. Not sure if they're checking with timeouts or what the The holdup is Randy Richardson is talking to the scorer's table, and now we have the ball inbounds. Randy Richardson, Michael Prince, and Kelsey Reynolds are officials tonight at Target Center. Collier posting up against Peters, and Peters goes to the ground.
There's not a lot you can do when Nafisa Collier gets the ball that deep in the paint.
That one rolls off for Rivers, out of bounds, stifling blocks. It's kind of completely one way or the other. Hartley, oh, hard into Carly Samuelson. Wow, that was a tough collision. And Courtney Williams ended up being carnage in it as well. Look at this.
This looks like it hurts, just
getting all tangled in the momentum of her body. Still a hard collision, especially when you take out one of your teammates as a result. Oh, that is a turnover. Samuelson almost had it and saved it from going out of bounds, but it ends up as turnover number 8 for the Lynx in this first half. Connecticut also has 8. Sheldon with the basketball. Mabry has it, and a foul coming. Nope, timeout. Connecticut pounded on that play. Samuelson ahead to, oh, Alana Smith was a little bit too far under the hoop. Bria Hartley starting the second half in place of Lindsay Allen, who is out with a leg injury after playing just 2 minutes of the first half.
Into the third quarter.
Williams did not score in the first half and will not score on that shot either. Marina Mabry brings it up with 10 first half points and 3 of 4 from deep. Charles will look at it and let it fly. Short off the front of the rim on the three-point attempt from Tina Charles. Williams again, and again short, follows her own miss. Samuelson, deep 3, that's off the back of the rim. And now Williams, she'll try it from straight on, and the Lynx can't hit it. Ice cold on that possession, and 3 of 12 from 3 in this game.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights from the three-point line, so you know what that means. You got to do it the old-fashioned way. Attack the basket.
Trainer, so hopefully Alana Smith will be back in the game. Peters, Haley Peters, what a story in that first half. Hitting 2 of 4 from deep, scoring 10 points. And there's a steal by Rip. Since that game in 2016, her high since that season, I should say, has been 9. And she hasn't played in the W since 2019. Another one of those stories. Played some overseas and ended up winning a spot on Connecticut's roster. Mabry, the wing 3-ball goes, and Marina Mabry is 4 of 5 from deep.
And Marina Mabry gave the look to the Lynx bench after she hit that big boy shot.
Rivers knocks it free, but Heidemann chased it down. Now Carlton to Shepard off the glass, and that possession went one way, then the other, and back to Minnesota, ending with the Shepard 2.
Yeah, J.C. Sheldon tried to get in there to disrupt Jessica Shepard, but didn't get there in time.
Oh, and look at the physical play. We play on, but it is noted, tempers have gotten hot. Carlton steps in front and makes the steal. Finds Williams on the wing. Courtney Williams still can't hit one. Shepard tried to tap the rebound free. Allie, what do you have for us?
Alana Smith has now left the bench and is off to the training room. Questionable return. I'll keep you updated as I know more.
All right, Carlton, her three-pointer off the mark. Bridget is 1 for 5 in the game. And there's a miss for Connecticut.
Yeah, Mabry was hunting a foul there. Doesn't get the call.
Shepard, the shovel pass to Fee. Jessica Shepard with great court vision finds Nafisa Collier diving to the hoop.
Shepard's just initiating her offense in so many different ways, but getting other people involved as well.
Mabry with Fee picking her up defensively. Unrivaled teammates momentarily, not teammates I should say, in the league together. Mabry, for Mabry in this game, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. The WNBA Friday Night Spotlight is presented by State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need Batman.
Into the paint, off balance shot, no good. Peters has the board.
Really solid defense right there by Peters.
Fee steals it. Nafisa Collier with Shepard on her right. Fee takes it and hits it. Rolls around and in and on and one opportunity in the game. 8 of 16 from the floor. Nobody else has taken more than 8 shots. Those 8 belong to Courtney Williams. Fee getting her shot off where she can. She's 23 of 23 this season at the line. And now Sheldon, as Minnesota has cut the lead to 8. Sheldon in the lane, can't go. Williams racing up the court. Finds Carlton, Bridget Carlton with the drive. And loses it. Carlton tried to get it to Collier, but I think Collier cut the wrong way, at least not the way Carlton was expecting. She turned it over. Mabry will take it. Oh, it rattled out. Oh, Mabry almost had that one, and then got this, almost had the steal, but broke it up. Nope.
She has 15 points, Mabry, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. She is all over the place.
A wonderful all-around game for Marina Mabry tonight. Again, resurfacing, getting a training camp invite, and then making the Sun roster.
Coach Mezion's really figuring out what does he have here with these different players. Oh, he is stacked. She is happy.
First free throw missed by Nafisa Collier this season, but she had scored half of the Lynx points in this game. She has 22 of Minnesota's 44. And waiting for the rest of her teammates to kind of pick up some of the slack here. Missed baseline three-pointer by Rivers, who finds an opening on the baseline in closer, and Sanaya Rivers gets 2 for Connecticut.
Sanaya Rivers really active without the ball, so she's able to find the rebound, give her team some second chance opportunities.
Charles picking up the defensive intensity when she was guarding Collier.
And I'll tell you what, if Connecticut gets Charles going in this game, Minnesota's going to be in deep trouble.
Williams went for a cross-court pass. Connecticut was there, and Haley Peters just added 2. And Williams trying the left elbow, and that one's off. 0 for 9 to start for Courtney Williams. Rivers trying to turn the corner. Sanaya Rivers pulls up and hits one from her shot.
And at 6'1", she's got some height over Courtney Williams and takes advantage of it.
Really smooth looking basketball player. Sanaya Rivers, the rookie, looking like she belongs in this league. Carlton can't hit the 3. Parks has the defensive rebound and brings it across for Connecticut. Sheldon. JC Sheldon finding her way to the hoop. It rolls off the rim. A tough, strong move for JC Sheldon, but that ball would not roll through.
Yeah, Connecticut really in attack mode right now.
Heidemann. Carlton back to Heidemann. Natisha. Williams will take the 3, and that one bounces out. Collier had that one stripped by Rivers. Maintains possession. Carlton off the back of the rim. Minnesota absolutely ice cold from 3. Carlton herself 1 of 7, and the Lynx 3 for 16.
Really flustered here, but now Minnesota gets a chance to get into transition.
And Carlton loses it off her foot. That is how things have gone tonight for Minnesota. Sheldon kicks it out. Parks gets it back to Rivers to set things up. Charles Williams with the steal. Courtney Williams just snuffed out that pass.
I love that Courtney Williams staying engaged. Her shot hasn't fallen yet, but her defense is there.
Shot fake, beautiful pass to Shepard. Couldn't get it to drop.
Lynx cannot hit an open shot right now.
Minnesota having a tough time hitting anything, and Connecticut is capitalizing. Trying to on this possession. Sheldon keeping the dribble, now picks it up. There's Rivers. Sanaya Rivers, the 3-pointer. Collier has it. 1:27 left to go in the 3rd.
Lisa Collier, the only Lynx player in double figures.
Carlton around the screen, kicks it out to Shepard. Jump shot is good for Jessica Shepard, finding a little range. See most of her shots in the paint and right under the hoop, but that one had a nice touch.
And you can see Jessica Shepard is hunting her offense, really being aggressive, looking for her open looks.
Another steal. Williams behind the back. Almost lost it to Charles. Has to get it across the timeline and does to Heidemann. Heidemann, free throw jumper.
Everything right now is just really difficult for Minnesota. They need to kind of slow the pace down, reset, and get back into moving and sharing the ball.
The Lynx are shooting 36% in the game. Sheldon. She'll take the elbow jumper. Shepard has that rebound. Try to set it up for one shot. Courtney Williams, scoreless in this basketball game. She does have 5 rebounds and 3 assists.
A couple of steals on top of it.
Shepard with the drive, the take, blocked, gets it back. Carlton, three-pointer. That's the way to end the quarter for Minnesota. In general's got some life. The towels are waving. The fans are on their feet trying to will their team here in the fourth quarter. But Connecticut has been super impressive on the road for the first time this season. And Marina Mabry with the basketball has 15 points, 7 rebounds, 6 boards.
She has done a tremendous job of leading this team as the veteran. She's doing a little bit of everything, and she's going to need to.
Oh, like that. Mabry with a beautiful shot.
Incredible.
The soft touch. Wow, that was impressive. 17 points for Mabry. Fee trying to get position and does against Haley Peters. Misses the shot. Minnesota, she inbounds. Alana Smith, good to see her back on the court after taking a hard fall. Smith. Heidemann. In the lane, the kick out. Miller open for 3, baseline. Not going Minnesota's way from deep. Rivers. Hartley walking a tight line, tight rope on the baseline. Peters got caught up for a moment on the screen, and then Hartley drove
the call.
And just like that, a response from Connecticut with this really tough shot by Mabry.
It's in the paint, but they're just really in attack mode, looking to score. And they're catching Minnesota on their heels a little bit.
Mabry's got an even 20. And we're back to a 12-point lead. Carlton. Here's Miller, Diamond Miller, trying to move into the lane, nearly lost it. Carlton will take the 3, and Carlton's off the mark. Mabry crosses over. Peters lets it go. Nelson Adota, offensive rebound, but she threw it right into the hands of Alana Smith. Heidemann gets tied up. Good defensive play by Mabry. Marina Mabry is everywhere. The foul on the play leading up to that was against Natisha Heidemann. And let's look at what happened. Mabry with the personal Heidemann. Committed by Mabry. And the tech went again, but got the tech. And Nafisa Collier hit that free throw. Coming up after the game, join Larry, Megan, and Autumn for Game Break presented by Toyota. And they'll have quite the game to peel apart, at least in the first half of this doubleheader on Ion. A 10-point lead for Connecticut, who's led the entire way. Rivers off the dribble, but also off the mark. Rebound is tapped and goes back to Rivers. Mabry, the fake, the shot.
Oh, she's had a couple of those. They just go in and pop right back out, and that would have been a tough one for Minnesota. Ooh, the physicality in this one. People are just bouncing off each other.
I think Mabry first bounced off the screen by Alana Smith and then bounced it. Courtney Williams. And there's a foul against Smith. Trying to set the screen. J.C. Sheldon was trying to get around the screen, and Sheldon drops a 3 down the 10th made 3 tonight for Connecticut. And in one of the points of education in the WNBA this season, it is too that the screener has to allow the defensive player a chance to get over the screen. Like, you have to allow some movement there, and I don't know if that was the ultimate decision that created the unsuccessful challenge called by the officials, but either way, it remains 5 fouls on Alana Smith. And now, line where she's 2 of 2 in the game. Starting tonight, again for Kayla McBride, but Kayla is in the building and she's on the bench with the Lynx. There she is. And it's the first time we've seen her this season, and it is wonderful to see Kayla McBride on the bench. She's been out for personal reasons and was in just hugs all around. Love it. By teammates and staffs and opposing players, and she was in the circle for the national anthem. A little watery-eyed, it looked like. Just wonderful to have Kayla McBride back in this building.
Well, the vibe of the team is completely different when Kayla McBride's not with them, and so she brings something really special to this team.
Olivia Nelson-Ododa with a strong offensive board and putback. Second chance points for Connecticut, back to a 13-point lead.
Nelson-Ododa close to a double-double. She has been efficient and effective in this game.
Samuelson. Fee hands it off to Courtney Williams, and Courtney misses that shot. And on the screen foul by Alana Smith, if you'll remember the end of that play, Courtney Williams shot a jump shot and it went through the net. And it didn't count because of the foul on Alana Smith, but Williams at 0 for 11 now didn't get that basket to count because of the foul. Collier, the steal. Carleton will stop behind the three-point line and just cannot connect. Minnesota 4 of 20 from 3.
And right now, the Connecticut Sun have 37 rebounds to Minnesota's 27. And that's really been big for them in this one. Aggressively attacking the boards is another one.
And Nelson-Ododa, again, an offensive rebound. J.C. Sheldon picks up the dribble. Charles inside the three-point line. Tina Charles showing some range.
Yes.
That's just her second made basket of the game. And if I told you Connecticut could be up by double figures for the entire game, you'd probably think Tina Charles must have a big hand in it. She's got 4 points.
Right, well, with Mabry on the bench, as Tina Charles heats up here, I mean, she has the ability at any moment to hit big shots. She's been quiet in this one.
Collier hits, and finally a three-pointer goes through for the Lynx. 15 points had been the biggest lead for Connecticut in the game, but that three will cut it back to 12. And now Smith gets a steal. Alana Smith stepped in the passing lane. Williams kicks it out. Carlton's gonna try it again, but can't hit it again.
And those are open threes that Bridget Carleton would usually hit to the basket. Can Minnesota slow them down in the next 4:28?
Nelson-Ododa gets tied up with Shepard. Keeps the basketball and then off of Mabry's leg, who was sitting down for a few minutes, getting a rest. Coming back in with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. But a turnover by Connecticut out of the timeout. Heidemann streaking to the basket. Stepped, oh no, she was pushed by J.C. Sheldon.
Tisha Heidemann was going downhill with a lot of speed there.
Did she try to get into the shooting motion? I thought she was kicking out on the pass, but it's a over the limit. That's a 5th foul. My bad. I was saying that was a real trick if Natisha Heidemann convinced the officials she was shooting that basketball on the baseline. Heidemann will shoot the bonus because Connecticut is in the bonus, or Minnesota is in the bonus. And Heidemann has played 25 minutes tonight. Also had a big number on Wednesday in 27 minutes played. Missed that one. Shepard with the rebound. Olivia Nelson-Ododa fouled her, and that means Shepard will go to the free throw line. Because again, Lynx are in the bonus.
Yeah, and this is just kind of critical mistakes right here by Connecticut. And from a team that's really trying to finish off strong here in Minnesota at Target Center.
Shepard. Minnesota 13 of 19 at the free throw line. Connecticut's only shot 6 free throws. The Sun 6 of 6, but 19 attempts, and there's number 20 for the Lynx. Full court pressure from Bridget Carlton on Mabry, bringing it across the line. A 9-point ball game. Charles with Collier defending her and putting the pressure on. Carlton gets over the screen, stays with Mabry, bumped. Mabry gets the shot off, and she's had 4 shots that looked just like that, where they were halfway down the cylinder. Heidemann, a strong take. Natisha Heidemann held on to that basketball and close it out to pick up win number 1 of the season. Charles, top of the key. Mabry, who's had a wonderful ball game tonight. Marina Mabry, still with the dribble, finds Nelson Adoda on the roll. Pass was broken up and last touched, I believe, by the Lynx. Yes, it was. Connecticut will have it. 5 seconds on the shot clock for the Sun.
And Tina Charles had asked for the ball earlier from Mabry, but she didn't see her, so Adoba was trying to get the ball over to her.
Sheldon sprints off the court. Bria Hartley comes on, and she'll do the inbounding here for Connecticut. Samuelson deflected the pass, but it went right back out of bounds. Gets it into Charles. Or, excuse me, that's Rivers, and Rivers banked it in after the shot clock. And immediately Rashid Mezion points to his head, telling Rivers, you got to know the situation.
Live and learn in this league for the rookie. I mean, she has done a lot for this team in this game.
Yeah, Rivers just didn't have the time on the shot clock to do that much dribbling. Collier, kick out. Samuelson falls down. No call, and it rolled around and in. How about that three-pointer for Carly Samuelson? It's an 11-0 Lynx run. Connecticut has turned it over 4 times on the last 6 possessions. Three-pointer up for Rivers. No good. Connecticut will have it with 14 seconds on the shot clock. A 4-point ball game. Lynx on a frenzy here in the 4th. Sheldon, Samuelson picks her up. Mabry, 5 on the shot clock. Mabry still way out. She shoots the long three-pointer, and Heidemann is in for the rebound. Natisha Heidemann through the defense, kicks it out. She's got feet trailing. Jump shot's good. That's cut the lead to 2. 68-66, and Target Center has come alive.
Big time comeback right now for this confident Minnesota team, just working hard to get back into this thing. They are there.
Charles over to Hartley. Bria Hartley behind the back, trying to lose Heidemann. That one has to go up before the shot clock. Minnesota's defense stepping up here in the Lynx have scored on 5 of their last 6 possessions. Collier looks at a 3 and then is fouled by Tina Charles. Collier rebounds, also has 3 assists and 3 blocks and 3 steals. And that free throw gives her 29. 85 points in her first 3 games. Is second on the Lynx all-time list. That free throw ties it up. Fee's got 30. It's a 15-0 Minnesota run to tie it. Mabry looking for room to operate. Marina Mabry sitting on 20 points.
Look at the double team there on Tina.
Gets it back to Mabry. Open look at a 3. Heidemann clears to Shepard. Jessica Shepard gets it across the line. Shepard still going. Samuelson now. And Heidemann, she'll take it. And she'll hit it! Heidemann gives Minnesota a lead for the first time tonight.
Got the crowd all hyped up with her.
She's played much of the game with Lindsay Allen leaving after 2 minutes with a leg injury. Hartley still with the basketball. Now Collier's on her defensively. Here's Sheldon. Mabry Mabry's been the best player for Connecticut tonight. Drives, shoots, scores. Mabry off the glass for 2. Down to a 1-point game, and Mabry gives the 2. Needing a smart possession offensively here. Shepard. Hands off to Heidemann. Natisha turns the corner in the lane. Throws it in. Natisha Heidemann with consecutive big-time buckets.
Natisha Heidemann is having a night
Since then. And the Sun need one now with 31 seconds to go. Sheldon, stolen by Carlton. She intercepted that pass, and now Collier has it, and Charles has to foul her.
Oh, that's frustrating for Connecticut, and this is a team that took Vegas to the end of their game, almost got a win there, and now trying.
Here tonight, Nafisa Collier at the free throw line is 5 of 6 in this game, a 30-point night for Fee. Now 31. And that's a big free throw because it makes it a 4-point margin with 23 seconds to go. Collier, second in MVP voting last season, said those individual accolades will come if this team wins. And this team is trying to win a championship. Collier hits both. It's a 22-2 run. Reset timeout for Rashid Mezion. The Sun will inbound with 23 seconds left in a 5-point game. Connecticut has 2 points in the last 4:58. And now officially we can say 5 minutes. 2 points in the last 5 minutes. Heidemann with mid.
He's going to inbound that ball and look to get it back.
Hartley back to Mabry. Mabry trying to go behind the back, keeps the dribble, gets a 3 off, and it clanks off the rim. Collier defensive rebound. That is number 11 in the game for Fee, who's going to get another.